Well, that was a shit show. Welcome everyone, my name's Matt, and today we're going to recap what we saw at the first show of E3 2018, which just so happened to be EA's. From the start of the event, you knew this was going to be a cringe fest like they usually are. Out comes the presenter who just didn't connect with the audience once throughout the show. Then come the talking heads from DICE to introduce us to Battlefield 5, and you think, well, maybe this will be good. Sadly, the talking heads only announced 3 features to the game, with a slow motion games trailer behind them. More destruction, which is something we hear pretty much every time, being able to move artillery cannons around the map for better angles, which is pretty cool, and now we'll even be able to jump through windows. Cool. That was it. That's all they had to say on gameplay. Afterwards, they started talking about single player by showing screenshots of environments. Still no gameplay. From what it sounds like, we could have a system similar to Battlefield 1 with multiple characters again. They didn't really explain much. That's all being saved for the Xbox event tomorrow, which is odd since it's your game at your press event, but you show nothing. Oh, and would you believe this? Battlefield 5 comes with a Battle Royale mode. Apparently, we've all been asking for it.
Bring something new. And as part of that journey, after launch, you'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
It's Royale.
Yeah, that's right. A Battle Royale mode. So, there's that if you want that kind of stuff. There also won't be a Battle Pass or Season Pass or whatever you want to call it, nor will there be loot boxes, which is a sign that they learned not to piss off gamers after Battlefront 2. Microtransactions though, that wasn't really talked about, but I find it hard to believe that there won't be any in a Battlefield game. Naturally, the 3 big sports games, FIFA, Madden, and NBA were all announced with their yearly updates, so nothing much new here. However, FIFA 19 has a gameplay demo out right now for those that want to play it on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. EA's CEO also made an appearance for the first time, and for once he wasn't bragging about trying to put microtransactions in every single one of his games. This time around, however, he decided to try and sell us the mouthful that is EA, Origin, Access, Premier, which is basically EA Access, but the better version for the PC player. For $15 a month, you can play FIFA, Madden, Battlefield 5 and Anthem 8 days before release from start to finish. Unlike the Xbox's 10-hour trial, so that's there if you want it now, I guess. The talking heads from DICE then came back and Battlefront 2 was front and center because apparently it's still a thing. The first few minutes were spent carrying on about the mistakes they made and how they went about fixing them, which was nice, but then they started showing some gameplay on repeat of the upcoming solo movie event. Apparently, an extraction mode on Kessel is being added, along with the new capture outpost and destroy the capital ship game type, which sounds cool and all, but I don't feel like it'll be anything like the original Battlefront 2s, since that seems a little bit too hard for them after all these years of asking and getting nothing. If you're a prequel lover, and high five for that, you'll enjoy the new phase they're shifting into, I guess, where Clone Wars characters will become heroes and villains, with General Grievous being the first announced.
The most powerful droid, the leader of the most powerful droid army in the galaxy, General Grievous. And yes, he will be going up against my own personal favorite, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Respawn's Vince Zampella was also there, and the cringeness was on full blast here between him and the host, as he announced from the front row of the audience that they were making, wait for it, you ready? A Star Wars game.
I love seeing new games.
I mean, someone's super excited about that man on PC, right? Yeah!
So the Star Wars name is Jedi Fallen Order.
Woo! So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, so it kind of gives you some idea that you'll be playing a Jedi.
Yes, the 100th Star Wars game is in development at EA and follows the Empire tracking down the last remaining Jedi between the 3rd and 4th movies, while you play as a Padawan that just survived Order 66 in a plot that I feel is very familiar. Now, we didn't even see a logo, we didn't see gameplay. All we know is Jedi Fallen Order is apparently set to launch in 2019, unless EA decide to scrap it like they usually do, so I'm not feeling real hopeful about this game just yet. Just when it was going bad, it started getting worse if you can actually believe it, with the announce of Command & Conquer Rivals for the mobile. Pretty much a competitive RTS. We were made to watch actual gameplay for the first time of the show for a good near 10 minutes. It was so boring. Here, watch a bit.
Opponent fighting for the red side of the room, a competitive mobile gaming phenomenon. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Nick at Night. All right, are the players ready? Let's get this thing going.
Ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Let's do it.
All right, let's kick this off. Nice little strategy game for those of you out there. It's a good genre. I'm very excited for this. The players are loading in, and we are ready to
the
kick
match. Here we go.
this off as the players' bases have been deployed and the action begins like any strategy game. Economy will be the focus. We have a harvester to start things off. Nothing too crazy yet.
Nothing too crazy.
Now the infantry is going to come out to hold that top point. Both players, of course, trying to take that position. Nick and Knight being able to reach it a little bit first in a strategy game. That flank position that in control is going from the top side. Also very important as Nick and Knight's forces have to...
We got 2 decent showings here today as well. A teaser trailer for Sea of Solitude by a woman who seemed nervous, excited, and as if she had just run a mile. And I gotta admit, the game looked fantastic. Next we got a trailer for Unravel 2, which is naturally a sequel to the first one, which came out as an exceptional puzzle game. But this time, it can now be played completely in co-op, and it released today. Like, right now, on the store. It's buyable. Go check it out. EA decided to end the show with a big game many of us have waited to see for a while. Anthem, the Destiny-inspired third-person looter shooter, and boy did it look good. The talking heads from BioWare, who are currently on their last legs before Unicron and EA destroy them, came out and explained where they were putting their focus for this game. And thankfully, unlike Bungie, it's going into their story. We also learned that there are 4 character classes and you're able to swap out your javelin suit anytime, anywhere, pretty much changing your loadout. So be a big hulking machine or a Destiny Stormcaller Warlock type thing if you want. They also said there won't be loot boxes and such, but there'll be microtransaction cosmetics because naturally there has to be. Anthem is slated for a February 22nd release or 15th if you're a Premier member. I'm kind of praying that this works out for BioWare considering they're on their last legs after Mass Effect, and I'd hate for them to go the same way Visceral did. So that was it. Like, literally, it was all talk and barely any gameplay. I'm quite disappointed that there was no announcement for Skate 4 or literally any other game besides mostly sport ones. Hopefully Xbox can pick up the slack for EA tomorrow, then Bethesda can pick up the slack for Xbox.